Good morning, hockey fans. This is Stephen Heisler with juniorhockey.io, the Victorious Hockey Company, and the Wild and Crazy Junior Hockey Discussion Group on Facebook. You are watching the Junior Hockey Morning Show. We are on the World Sports Broadcasting Network, WSBN.TV, Facebook, X, YouTube. Hopefully this morning, wherever you are, today, this evening, whenever you decide to watch the show, or if you're in Europe, it could be tomorrow already. Who knows? Hope that you are enjoying a fine mid-October time in the game. Today is October 16th, 2024. And we're going to run down the Canadian Junior Hockey League Top 10 today. It was released Tuesday, I think. Yes. But we didn't do the show. Give you something else. Been dealing with some headache issues that affect my speech. So when that happens, we tell me to roll something else out there. A couple of little side notes. If you are watching the show, wherever you are, and you have not subscribed to juniorhockey.io yet, do so. It's free. When you go to the site, you can see a little thing up in the right-hand corner. Subscribe. Do that. It'll make us happy, one, but you also get a notification or an alert whenever something that interests you pops up. My articles are generally pretty interesting, but there's other content you can subscribe to as well. Or I think it's all the content. Anyway, that's that. So let's get to the nuts and bolts of today's topic. So I'm not really excited about how the CJHL decides who's ranking 1 through 10. It probably has more to do with how much that team is dominating their league, which is mostly going to be a weaker league if they're dominating so much. If one team is winning, 90% of their games, it's probably a sign that they're playing in the wrong league or they're doing something to dominate their competitors. And the reality is, the more balance you have within a league, the higher level of development is going to occur. The last thing you want to do is go to a game and know the outcome before the puck drops. Doesn't motivate the players, doesn't motivate the fans, and nobody really wins. So I prefer leagues that are more competitive. Saskatchewan Junior Hockey League right now is probably the most competitive among the Canadian Junior Hockey League leagues that still exist. So with that said, we'll jump right in. Number 10, the Braves, the Valleyfield of the Quebec League, have 15 points, whatever that means, or 15 something. Maybe that was last week. Number 9, Steinbach Pistons in Manitoba. Manitoba, I believe, is the second best league in the CJHL right now. Number 8, the Leamington Flyers in the OJHL. OJHL has a lot of imbalances, I feel. Not really excited about some kids playing for free. Other kids are paying to play. It's all over the place there. Number 7, the Greater Sudbury Cubs in the NOJHL. I think everybody pays too much in the NOJHL, but that's just my opinion. Number 6, the Grand Prairie Storm from the Alberta Junior Hockey League. When the teams left for the BCHL out of Alberta, I kind of felt Grand Prairie would be one of the teams that would really make a move up. It's a beautiful market. The building is spectacular. It's a little bit older building now. It's like at least 25 years old or so, maybe 30 years old. But it doesn't look like it or feel like it when you're in there. It's a modern facility. I love what they do in Grand Prairie. Just a good operation there. Nice town, nice people. Grand Prairie is one of those towns that, it's kind of out middle of nowhere, but you learn to appreciate it really quick, especially on the long drive from Alaska to Alberta. So Grand Prairie comes in as a nice little break after being on the Alcan Highway. All right, number 5, the Trenton Golden Hawks from the OJHL. It's all right. Number 4, the Edmonton Blizzard from the Maritimes Hockey League. And there's 2 teams in the top 5 from the Maritimes. Edmonton is probably one of the biggest financial juggernauts out there in the Maritimes. They have every advantage possible as a team, except they don't like to practice. It's kind of weird. Number 3, the Cyrock Steelers, that would be the Manitoba Junior Hockey League. Number 2, the Summerside Western Capitals from the Maritimes. And the number 1 team across Canada, across the CJHL, is the Rockland Nationals of the Central Canadian Hockey League. They are undefeated, 9-0-0 record this part of the season. Not bad. Let's see what happens when they get into the meat and potatoes of the league, play some tougher teams. Maybe things will balance out somewhat. All right. Another thing we dealt with this week was the story about the Westchester Wolves. You have to hand it to R.C. Like. Westchester plays in the USPHL. He really put together a program where there was not one. And they try to do a lot of things at the same time. And when that happens, there's going to be some growing pains, regardless. And that was a big discussion this week on our junior hockey discussion group on Facebook. Parents weren't happy. Not all the parents were happy. But according to RC, most of the kids and their families walked through this facility, got an idea of what was going to happen, how they were going to do it. You know what? There's a little bit of an issue with the food. And it's not always convenient to have to wait till everybody eats before you get seconds, thirds, whatever you want. So I can see what's going on there. Maybe it's frustrating. But here's the deal. Kids are paying $600 a month to room and board there, which is probably on the low side of what it should be. It's not easy doing billets anymore, especially on the East Coast. And Westchester is probably a situation where they were able to locate a facility that might have been interesting in the past. I think it was utilized as some type of juvenile detention center or a reform school for kids. Whatever it was, it's not that now, at least not from what I can see. Allegedly, there's no other kids on the property other than the hockey team, so no more reform school kids. At least are they there at nighttime. But you have to appreciate what RC is trying to do there. It's not easy. He ran the Richmond Generals for many years without a single complaint. He got caught up in some BS in Atlanta last year with a really con man as an owner, in my opinion. So now he's doing something different. He's got a good set of owners, and they're really trying to think outside the box by going to this all-dormitory setup. And when you have 4 teams living in a situation like this, a lot of kids to feed. And people are going to make mistakes. I get that. But people learn from mistakes. And after our conversation this week, I think RC and his staff went over what was going on. And they're doing what they can to make it better for the kids. I can appreciate that. I can appreciate the difference now that the USPHL guys are doing. Because before, they would just run to the commissioner who would sue me for saying something. True or false, didn't matter. They would sue me anyway. But now they're really trying to work through issues, and that's commendable. RC Like has always ran a top-notch program. You know, he works his butt off. He develops kids, and kids are loyal to him. I can appreciate that. All right, Tommy, wrap it up. That's it for today. I think tomorrow you get Derek with the Major Junior, 5-minute major. That should be fun for you. So until Friday, when I'll see you again, hope that you have a great morning, great coffee, and enjoy your morning in hockey. Is that right? Would I mess up completely? Whatever. You guys know what I mean.